Short delay here. Lads, what's going to win it?
Well, Ruby's very keen on Offer Adere, and you said he wasn't a very good jumper to begin with, but you like him now.
Yeah, he's turned inside out, and I got left in front far too long, and I'm here the last day, and Glasgow will chin them on the line. 2 fences in the straight will suit him.
Jim, Parsons' Legacy for me, he's also, I think it's just, we haven't seen the best of yet.
Well, I'd have to take 2. I think Blue Splash is well handicapped.
You would have to take 2.
Yeah, I would, yeah. Well, I like Here Comes Stanley. I think he's worth the raising class. We'll see how he goes. It's a great race.
Yeah, I was impressed with Charlie Post. He gave him a good ride at Leicester the other day. Just made him look probably a little bit better than he is, but we'll find out today. He's upped in class, and he's a claimer who's, I think, just he's got a knack of getting horses to jump.
That Blue Splash is relatively inexperienced over fences too, and he missed a few hurdles in Chepstow the last day, so it'll be interesting to see how he jumps.
And after a short delay, they're off and racing towards the first of 21 fences. And setting off at the head of them without a doubt, and Blue Splash with the white face who rushed through the top of the fence. They're all safely over. Simon up the inside in the maroon jacket, and the green cap Kingscliff moving round runners as they race into their first turn. Model Sun is next from over the creek, and Lamy is out wide then. Up the inside, Parsons Legacy, followed by Baron Windrush and Offer El Derry in the midfield at the moment, the red sleeve jacket. Monkerhostin's back on the inside from Cornish Set, Flying Enterprise. Then Here Comes Stanley. Kelamy is second last, and finally Principe Azzurro is last of all. Downhill to the second plain fence, and they stream over to the other side and all land safely without a doubt from Blue Splash, with Kingscliff there on the left. The big horse on the outside, followed through by Model Sun. Lamy is close up in the green and gold hoops on the outside. Simon in that maroon jacket in the centre, Model Sun, as they now head to the open ditch. Blue Splash between Without a Doubt and Kingscliff as they take the ditch, and all safely to the other side again, with Over the Creek going off the 6-1 favourite here. Blue Splash at 13-2. Blue Splash just in second place, landing there Without a Doubt, still just the leader on the near side. Kingscliff is third, then Model Sun in fourth place as they begin the run to this open ditch. Simon up the inside, followed by Parsons Legacy and Over the Creek, and Lamy is out wide, and then follows Offer El Derry from Baron Windrush. Back in the field still Cornish Set, Monkerhostin on the right, Yellow Jacket up the inside, towards the rear Kelamy, and Here Comes Stanley and Principe Azzurro. Flying Enterprise about 5 or 6 from the end as they clear the next plain fence. And so still Blue Splash cutting out the pace Without a Doubt. These two have been exchanging the lead throughout so far. Blue Splash and Paddy Merrigan is having a very good season, Without a Doubt, and Noel Feely. Over the next, Simon, good jump in third there. A blunder from Baron Windrush. Quite a good sit by Paddy Brennan. As now they run downhill to the next. Without a Doubt and Blue Splash, followed by Kingscliff. Then Simon, Model Sun. Over the Creek is close up now. Blue and green jacket. Lamy on the extreme left as they clear this one. Cornish Set was a bit slow there, just behind Parsons Legacy up the inside. Baron Windrush is being pulled up after that bad mistake. Baron Windrush out of the race as they return towards their starting point, and Without a Doubt leading the way. Kingscliff running boldly up the outside of Blue Splash, then Simon. Lamy is next, then Over the Creek, Model Sun and Parsons Legacy. Up the inside behind Parsons Legacy is Monkerhostin in the centre. Cornish Set, Offer El Derry is wider as they clear this next plain fence from Kelamy. Then Here Comes Stanley, Flying Enterprise, and Principe Azzurro is still the back marker in the green jacket. Fence in front of the stands, circuit to go. Without a Doubt jumps it fluently from Blue Splash in second place. Lamy is just third, then Model Sun. Simon hasn't left the running rail, followed by Over the Creek. Parsons Legacy. Now Kingscliff just coming under a little bit of pressure, was disputing the pace early on, but he's now being pushed along. Then Here Comes Stanley, followed by Monkerhostin, and the horse that Ruby Walsh would have ridden, Offer El Derry, still a little bit worse than midfield at the moment, Ruby.
He's plenty close enough to have a long way to go yet. He's been jumping a bit in and out, but he'll stay forever, and they've gone a good old gallop. He'll be plenty close enough at the top of the hill.
Yes, it certainly looks as though it's been a brisk pace. Without a Doubt and Blue Splash over the next. They're all safely over, though Kingscliff seems to be spitting the dummy out. He's dropped right towards the rear. He does have two ways of going, does Kingscliff. Today's not a good day. Blue Splash on the far side of Without a Doubt as they clear the water. Simon is next from Model Sun. Then Lammy, well in touch under Tony McCoy. That green and gold hoop jacket, the McManus colours, followed by Over the Creek. Simon still there up the inside. Then Offer Elderi. Monkerhostin being driven along, just hitting a bit of a flat spot from Parsons Legacy as they continue towards this next plain fence. Without a Doubt. Over just ahead of Blue Splash. Parsons Legacy makes a mistake there. Kingscliff was slow again at the rear. Turning towards this open ditch. Difficult fence coming up. Without a Doubt. Noel Feely on the inside of Paddy Merrigan on Blue Splash. Simon is stalking them in third place at the ditch. Followed behind these by Over the Creek. Model Sun's always been in touch. Cornish Set is one that's lost a lot of ground and now trails badly. As they now run to this next plain fence. Without a Doubt, and Blue Splash, good jump from Over the Creek on the outside there. Model Sun's right there from Simon. Here comes Stanley, has made ground in the white jacket. Then Offer Elderi getting a bit closer from Flying Enterprise. Up the inside is Kelami, travelling quite strongly, just ahead of his full brother Lamy as they run towards the fence at the top of the hill. Very competitive indeed here. One or two mistakes. Simon not fluent. Blue Splash made a mistake as well. Now they've got three fences left to jump, and Without a Doubt is being challenged by Over the Creek, who's come there very strongly. Model Sun is third. Fourth, here comes Stanley. Fifth on the outside, Blue Splash. A gap to Simon. Flying Enterprise running on a bit from the rear. Blue Splash is the faller there. Hampers Kelami. Model Sun made a pretty serious mistake. Now they run to the final turn, and it's Over the Creek and Christian Williams that takes it up from Without a Doubt. Here comes Stanley, unleashing a run, now moves into second place. Model Sun a bit short of room on the bend. They're kicked away from Parsons Legacy. He can finish strongly up the hill. Then Flying Enterprise. Simon is rallying, and Principe Azzurro from the rear. But Over the Creek is the one to catch, jumping two out and a big bold jump. Followed in second by Model Sun. Here comes Stanley, Parsons Legacy, Simon. Then Principe Azzurro, Flying Enterprise. Monkerhostin a bit of late ground. Over the Creek's got four legs at the last. Over the Creek is safely over. Simon a stout stare running into second. Principe Azzurro is third. Then Parsons Legacy. They race up the hill. Over the Creek is driven right out. Simon is battling on tenaciously in second place with 50 yards to go. Over the Creek is holding Simon, and Over the Creek wins from Simon in second place. In third, it was probably just Monkerhostin on the far side of Principe Azzurro. Then Parsons Legacy, Flying Enterprise, Model Sun, Kelami. Then Lammy, here comes Stanley. Offer Elderi weakened fairly tamely in the end. Cornish Set well beaten, so too Kingscliff, and Without a Doubt he made so much of the early running and ensured a good pace. It was eventually pulled up. What a competitive race that was. £100,000 in prize money. It probably deserved to be, but it was a tremendous finish up the hill. Over the Creek and Christian Williams holding on very gamely, with Simon closing fast.
Well, I'm with now live Christian Williams. Christian, great ride. He seemed a bit tired over the last.
Yeah, he probably was a little bit, but he won a handy little race, 100 grand added, so
yeah,
nice prize.
It's super. No, come on, big fella, come over here. Come on, let's walk on, walk on. And how many times have you ridden for the pipe team?
Second ride, that, so it's good.
Second ride, so 50% strike rate.
It is, yeah.
Now, what's it like riding out there today?
The ground is good. It's just a little bit dead in places, and just great to ride around there, and they keep it in good state. Like that. So, no, he just jumped and travelled well, and he just eyed a little bit in front.
Is this one of the best walkbacks in racing?
It is, yeah. It's just nice to win a big prize on Channel 4, so
yeah,
it's great.
Well written, good ride.
Thank you, cheers. Thanks.